Showing us your wall system. You're showing us your wall system on your new energy efficient houses on Victoria Road.
That's right.
Okay.
What you've got here is the polystyrene foundation system from Isoquick, which interlocks to form a box formwork in which you can cast concrete to the engineer's specifications, you see, which is represented by this little block here. Now this, which is the Scott frame value therm timber frame, then drops on to the top of it. Okay. Effectively, the house here was erected in 2 days.
So it's a kit, basically.
And at the end of the 2 days, it was wind tight and watertight. You see how they put a timber, and the timber, the system extends over the polystyrene edging so that you minimise thermal bridging. Okay. And then that then means you can come inside and work no matter what the weather.
Yeah, because you've got an envelope.
Yeah, you've got and then when the weather's reasonable outside, you can finish the roof and the external cladding detail. Okay, so what is this representing? Basically, this is not what we put as a 50mm treated batten on this one to create the minimum 50mm cavity. Okay. We then put the wood wall slab on, which is a recycled material. So you say it's lime. Is there some lime in there somewhere? Well, no, this is actually what it is. It's actually bonded together with a special cement mixture. Okay. But because it's fibrous, it breathes. Okay, great. Okay. Yeah. And then by effectively using a low build lime render system, this on here we've used the K-lime, which is the most affordable. Okay. And then that gives you a protective but fully breathing coat on the exterior. Fantastic. And this is polystyrene that and this is all polystyrene. And basically, ground level's about there, and basically protect everything else below. From this, what we did with this section, we used an aluminium silicate board, which again protects it from mechanical damage. And then above, we put a layer of the wood wall slab on and rendered it again on the interface between ground level and above and below. And you built the whole house for around about 100,000. And so, the whole house, including groundworks, has been built for circa 100,000. That's not including land price, but it's still that wasn't including the land. It included the groundworks. Yeah, okay. And the other thing it didn't include, of course, I haven't charged for my labour. That's another good point. So, actually, but saying that, with the pilots, we've had a lot of additional costs because of all sorts of things we've learnt about it. Okay. But I would say that a commercial developer, if he had a budget of 120,000 for one of these, you wouldn't have a problem with making a profit on it. Okay. And where did you get the kit from? The kit was from Scott Frame in Scotland. In Scotland. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Now, interestingly, just over a year ago, they were bought out by Saint-Gobain. Yeah. So they're now part of the biggest building construction suppliers in the world. Yeah. And what this has done happily is enable them to keep their prices reasonable when most building suppliers are going up exponentially because of the pandemic. Okay, so the thing with this is it's almost no heating, isn't it? It needs, well, at the moment there is effectively no heating. It's only solar gain, and as we stand here, obviously the thermal energy that we're giving out is being maintained within the building. Okay, so this is a little bit of heat ventilation. Yeah, that's part of the mechanical ventilation heat recovery system. Okay, so, but you haven't got a boiler. No, you don't need a boiler. Yeah. What we do have to have for the minimum requirement for off-peak electric, you have to have a 3 kilowatt space heater. Okay. We've actually got two 1.5 ones. Okay. But we won't. The chances are we won't ever use them. Is this like all of the main points of the house? Pretty much the main points, yeah. Okay. And then, externally, of course, the main thing is that because we've used permeable paving in all the systems we've used, we're not putting any additional load on drainage. Plus, it means that the trees, which we've got to plant 2 trees at the front to meet the planning requirements. So they're going to be happy, basically. They're going to stay happy because you've got permeable drainage. Well, it's partly that, but also it's because the underlying tree root protection system with it we've used from this company ABG effectively acts like a mattress and stops loading onto massively stops vehicle loading onto the root systems. Right, I'm going to stop here. Okay.